Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Well, hello there! Welcome everybody, welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. You lovely guys and gals, how you doing today? Hope you're having a fine little bit of time here, as we are about to be watching MaSa versus MaxPax. Very interested in how this is going to go. Apparently MaxPax needs 2 minutes as well, actually. I just read this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right, we'll give him a sweet moment here, as we'll just try to chat up with MaSa. How about that one? It feels a little bit like MaxPax, of course. Became quite famous recently because of his build that he did, parting kind of giving him even more infamy, of course, by using it in the GSL. It's a great success as well, actually. So yeah, MaSa as well, one of those players that continuously likes to just poke and prod the early game. And it's going to be very interesting to see these two players kind of mixing up against one another. MaSa actually also one of the players that kind of likes to do his own thing, isn't he? Always just kind of experimenting, trying new things, trying to get ahead in that early game. And you know what, that kind of has to be word here for MaxPax, of course. I feel like his MaxPax's builds might be a little bit better towards a player that actually takes a little bit longer, or you know what, to set up and trying to get into the macro game. Kind of not a standard play, you know. That's what I feel like is what MaxPax is really good at, kind of dismantling those types of people. But then again, I mean, MaSa, he's kind of the same, in a similar fashion. You can definitely dismantle any type of person trying to get into that macro game. Let me see how MaSa is feeling today. We're just trying to sweet talk him here. There's a lot of StarCraft 2 happening again, but anyway, glad you guys could join me. And this awesome Best of 9 series that's about to happen. Or if you're watching from the vault, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. I don't know what, well, maybe nights, maybe morning. Who knows? Who knows? It's always interesting when that stuff happens, of course. It's kind of awkward. It's kind of like one of those conversations where only one person talks, but then you can't even see in the chat, right? You don't even have the option to, really. You can leave comments, I suppose, on the video. But I don't read those a lot, especially because this is posted on the Alpha X channel. So I don't upload those myself, and I don't get the notifications, right, when there's like messages being placed. Maybe I should try to look into that a little bit more often. Maybe see if some people left some valid feedback here and there. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, MaxPax still needs 2 seconds here. He did arrive in the lobby, but we're just kind of giving him a little bit of a time, of course. Don't want him to get the feeling that we're rushing him, or that, you know what, he's starting ill-prepared. It's opposite of what we would like to have happen, of course, here. In the meantime, let me just double-check if we are still linked up on Team Liquid here. Very important stuff, of course. Yeah, right, we are. Man, Kraden is doing some damn fine stuff there, isn't he? Alright, anyway. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that for now. Because, of course, we have the one and only MaxPax and MaSa. A Korean that lives in Canada. So, you know what? We're on the right platform for that one. All the Canadians love to use the Freaker TV, of course. The Koreans do. Anyway. Missy Tika, thank you for that little go-go MaSa there. I'm sure that he will appreciate it if he is trying to stream cheat right now. Anyway. Right, MaxPax is ready. Looks like we might get things started. Alright, MaSa is as well. Here we go. Okay, have fun. Let me just say hello to MaxPax as well, right before the game starts, so he doesn't have the time to respond. Making him feel pressured a little bit right from the get-go. Alright, I mean, let's see what the new avant-garde early aggression player can do. So this is a more established player, of course, MaSa, one that has been around the block for a couple of times already. Came up with his own little bits of aggression here and there. Anyway, game number 1, guys. Here we go. Here we are. Set and ready. We're on Nightshade. It's my map choice. I love me some shade sometimes. Especially at nighttime. Anyway, here's the blue Terran player from Alpha X. He is MaSa. And the green Protoss. He is on Team Makers. I believe he is Danish. I did look this up on Wikipedia today. I think he is Danish. But then again, I do believe that he was called Russian at some point as well. Anyway. Here he is, the green Protoss. People are looking at him for new strategies and all sorts of new builds. He is a MaxPax. So far, that gateway is in his own base. Is already prodding a little bit here. Oh my. Oh my, that's not a good start, guys. I would have hyped that up a little bit more so if I knew that that was going to happen there. But oh my dear lord. So, right from the get-go, the bell has rung and MaxPax just jumps into the ring. Just smacks MaSa in his face right there. It's like he grabbed a chair and then just started swinging it around in the ring here. Immediately, MaSa just being a little bit cheeky there. Well, a little bit overconfident, I should say. Didn't really feel like he really could get hurt by this guy. And immediately runs into that chair that MaxPax was just swinging around there. Getting himself a good black eye. Or 2, maybe, even. But MaSa, you know what? He knows how to respond. He knows how to respond in kind. It looks like MaxPax will be able to scout this, though. Oh my god, please scout this. Alright, there we go. Does see this bunker going up. Is he pulling any more probes? Yes, he is. Okay, so he could put down one probe on each side if he really wants to. Doesn't seem like that is going to be necessary. Although, you know what, MaSa coming around back into this location here. He's waiting for that Reaper to arrive. And you know what, that Stalker, it's not out yet, is it? No, sir. It's still going to take a little bit of time here. So maybe that SCV is going to be able to just jump back into that bunker. I don't think MaxPax is really aware that there is an SCV now back in that bunker. So slightly little bit of mind gaming going on here by MaSa. I gotta say, kind of like it. But you will lose that Reaper, so yeah. Unlucky. Unlucky, my friend. Now he might actually lose that SCV as well. MaxPax. MaxPax. Alright. Taking another little bit of a victory there. Guess he did lose 2 works himself as well here, but in the end, these guys don't know when to call it quits, do they? They just keep adding on that aggression. Huh. This is all I could have hoped for, honestly. And now, let's take a look. MaxPax is going to go for just a bunch of Stalkers. This is something that a lot of people do on the ladder. Just trying to get here with those early Stalkers. Trying to avoid those bunkers from being made. And actually, I'm kind of interested in seeing how MaSa is going to respond to this. As he only has a single Marine here. And a Widowmine, I suppose, as well. But not much else. He quite lost a good amount of stuff there. 2 Marines and a Reaper. And another SCV as well. So MaSa definitely in a little bit of trouble here. The youngster MaxPax, look at that, getting a little bit more blood on his hands there. And it looks like these Stalkers do need to wait here until the War Prism arrives, or if he gets Blink or something else. Maybe if that Widowmine does move out of location. But yeah, MaSa has successfully walled these Protoss unit Stalkers. Thank you. Thank you, Kosan. Thank you, Brain, for starting to work there again. He's locked him in a little bit here with that Widowmine, but nonetheless, I'm not sure if MaxPax really minds that much. He is doing very well. Okay, there's the recall. Ooh, my dear lord. Should have waited for that War Prism. It was so close. So close. And he just let his Stalker get surrounded there. Right, so follow up here. It looks like we're gonna have Banshee with Cloak and a wow, we're just getting everything here from MaxPax. Look at that. He's getting Stargates. It's being put very at the front though. That might just be a fake to get that robotics bay up and running. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, those Stalkers now being, oh my dear lord, that Banshee's in trouble. And that is gonna go down actually. A very nice little find there from MaxPax. It definitely does appear like MaSa is just digging a grave deeper and deeper as he's just standing inside of it. Right, Siege Tank doesn't even get a single shot off here on the shield of those Stalkers. Very nice, well played there by MaxPax, getting the utmost value there of those units. And those Zealots a little bit too close perhaps, and the SCVs having to be pulled right on top of that Siege Tanks. Yeah, this is looking like it might just be a bit too much for MaSa to take on right now. Definitely losing a whole lot of those SCVs. 9 workers gonna go down in total. That brings him up to 14 lost SCVs here. MaxPax, he is bringing the pain train. And he already went past 3 stations here as he's building a 3rd station right now. Kind of laughing at the low 2 stations that MaSa has. Does he have Blink? He doesn't have Blink. Okay. That's just a War Prism pretending like it's Blink. Alright. Banshee also coming around right now. This is no pressure for this Banshee, but he does need to kill absolutely everything in the worker line here for MaxPax. That Siege Tank is still standing there. Yes, that is true. There is another one over here as well. Making it a little bit more tricky for those Stalkers in the War Prism really to get anything done. There is the Banshee now cloaking up, but immediately, oh my dear lord, you are joking. That is, this is just really disgusting right now, guys. I am, I am perplexed here. MaxPax just is getting everything right here, it seems. Not dropping a single beat, and MaSa is just being outran here. It's like MaxPax is running circles around MaSa. It's like a little young dog that is like unpurposefully, really, maybe, perhaps. But sometimes it seems purposefully, where it's just continuously knocking everything over. MaSa's trying to set this neat little table, and then MaxPax just jumps on the table and makes everything fall off or something like that. Alright, nice little save there from MaSa. That's the first thing that kind of goes in his favor there. Let's take a look again at the units lost count overall. Look at that. Very well played so far from the green Danish Protoss, who now has a good amount of Phoenixes. He's getting himself Colossi, and he's adding in 5 gateways as well. He might be just getting ready for a big push here. Trying to commit with those Colossi joining in as well. And the Phoenix is going to be able to lift up those siege tanks as well. I think that might be a very difficult situation for MaSa to hold, especially because he's still losing units here. Still getting some of those units to go down here. Oh, the Widow Mines immediately spotted and picked up here. Well played, only losing a single Phoenix for that one as well. You have to wonder how MaSa is still capable of having a reasonable army supply here. Those other 2 Widow Mines now in vision of those Phoenixes as well. Getting more value here, coming in with the Stalker drop though and the Wild Prism. The Bioforces completely on the other side are going to get that Observer there, but the Stalkers of course... Alright, do take 2 Siege Tank shots, so need to get the heck out of dodge there. MaSa is going to try to ramp up the aggression on the other side, but there are 2 Colossi. There's sentries. Look at that. That's a massive army you do not want to mess with right now, with just a single medevac worth of Marines. Oh, a little bit. Finally, some fortune turns into the favor of MaSa here, but it's going to need a whole lot more than that. It's going to need a whole lot more than that. These Marines as well. Not quite sure what MaSa's plan is here. He does get this scan off and he sees absolutely everything going on here. Can he get through here, through the bottom, without getting spotted? I certainly hope so for him. He's going to try to... Right, does get to cancel here. Okay, did go unnoticed as he is taking the attention away from MaxPax towards that top location. MaSa coming in on the bottom here. The Phoenixes, though, the Royal Guard of the Protoss jumping right on top of that opportunity. Some probes do fall, but in the end, is it going to be enough here? Definitely equalizes the worker count here quite a bit. There is still 1 Marine remaining. Isn't going to get anything else, though. Alright, so that is a good amount. 14 workers. That's not too shabby. But still, of course, we have to realize MaxPax already getting that 4th base. MaSa only now getting that 3rd base pretty much completed. And he might just lose a big portion of his army here. Definitely quite a lot of the infantry going down as siege tank as well. And now MaSa has to run back with his tail between his legs. Not much remaining for him here. Where are the remaining forces? Is it really just all this? MaSa in a lot of trouble here. If MaxPax does decide to move out. Now this is where, you know what, it might show that MaxPax is not as much of a veteran as MaSa, as he... He's not jumping on this opportunity immediately here. But, you know what? He's figuring it out. He's putting all the bits and pieces of the puzzle together. He's like, alright, I can see your army, but this can't be everything, right? This can't just be all you got. This is kind of ridiculous. And, well, unfortunately for MaSa, it really is all he has. He's got a couple of Vikings here to try and help out against those Colossi, but there's more Colossi than there's Vikings, and GG has to be called. MaxPax taking game number 1. Alright. Alright. Not too shabby. MaxPax. Holy moly. To be fair, a lot of the things that kind of was a roll of the dice there from MaSa did go in the favor of MaxPax, and he definitely took all the opportunities that he needed. We are going to switch to Europe as well, by the way. So that was already the home turf of MaSa as well. Now, we're going to go to the European service, where MaxPax is going to be the favorite here. Let me make sure that I am in the right channel. I think I am. Alright. Noish. Noish. Whew. Okay, yeah, so MaSa. That was probably not something he ever ran into before. MaxPax showing his creativity. I mean, the early Stalkers, that is something I've definitely seen before. But then following that up with the Phoenixes, and then with the Colossi build. Very interesting, very cool stuff, honestly. Let's take a look. Let's see what map MaSa wants to play, as well as we wait for him to get online here. MaxPax. Oh, star balloons! Thank you so much. There's a little bit of a delay on the stream, guys. I know I'm not supposed to. Don't tell Sushi, please, but just feel safer with it. All right, and as a VIP, thank you, Gnuoi. I'll type it in the chat actually. Gnuoi. There we go. There we go. All right, so all right. Alright, just talking to MaxPax here, trying to get to know him a little bit better. So I do have that opportunity. Alright. MaSa on the ropes already after game number 1. Honestly, he's going to have to figure out some stuff here that he can put to use. Game number 2. Game number 2, MaSa. He's going to need all the help that he can muster here, guys. For sure, for sure. Here we go, here we go. In the bottom left side, we have the Alpha X player. He is the blue Terran. He is MaSa. Oh, thank you, Sun Lily, as well. Upping that stream. In the top right, we have a red Protoss. He is fighting for Team Makers. He's the Danish, oh well, sometimes Russian MaxPax. Still need to see this series, I suppose, from Beastie Cutie. Apparently he started something with that Russian thing. I need to figure out what it is and why it is. Because it definitely tricked me that for a little bit. I have this theory, but I don't know if it's right. There are a lot of new young Russian players, of course, that are kind of wrecking face at the moment. But I'm not quite sure if that is the case. This is an interesting thing already happening here as well. MaxPax going for that gateway on the low ground here. Looks like, oh, and there it is. There's the pylon on the other side as well. Gonna make things look normal at home, and then suddenly have a gateway on the other side here. There it is. This is all what we've all been waiting for. This is what we've all been waiting for. MaSa is gonna have to look around, check what is happening here. Gonna walk over towards that Protoss-based cybernetics core now on the way as well. MaxPax definitely ramping up this aggression, and it looks like it's gonna be quite successful because, you know what, MaSa just gonna throw down that command center here. I'm not sure how aware he is of MaxPax. This could spell trouble. This could spell trouble, kids. All you Terran kids out there, better close your eyes. As MaxPax is making this one rather difficult for MaSa here. Okay, he does get the scout. He's got a bunker on the way here as well. Those are good things, but I mean, what can you really expect here now for MaSa with this much unit creation coming on the way already? Stargate as well being thrown down. Here we go. Okay. Okay. There's the Adept coming through. One Adept will not break that bunker, of course. It's gonna maybe get the kill on that SCV if the pathing here doesn't work in the favor for MaSa. Okay, Adept attacking that Reaper. That's a good thing. The Reaper can regenerate, of course. That Marine cannot, though, in the other side. Ooh, my dear lord. Okay, that was close. Almost getting both those kills there. Does get the Reaper, though. That's a big pick-off. Especially because now there's 2 Adepts here. And only now we're going to get the double Marine production started, as those other 2 Adepts are going to finish up at the same time around. So we're going to see 4 Adepts fighting against 3 Marines here. It's not something you would like to see. Starport on the way, as well as Attack Lab. MaSa might be trying to go for those Banshees once again. Really trying his best. And what in the world is this? Okay, MaxPax is going for a triple proxy here. Just proxies on 3 locations. More Adepts coming in here. Oh my dear lord, guys. This is starting to get more and more intense here for MaSa. As I'm very curious. Are we gonna see? Are we? It's not gonna be carriers, right? It can't be carriers, right? It's gonna be carriers. It might be Tempest. It might be Tempest. Let's take a look and see. Doesn't really have to cast right now. We'll come back to it. Oh, it's Tempest. Okay, okay. Just some casual Tempest play. That's fine. It's going to work out great, though, with those shades. He's going to be able to just shoot it away at a distance. Putting down those shield batteries here as well. That Banshee needs to get the heck out of that starport. This command center here, this orbital command, I mean, it looks nice. Definitely looks nice, but it's not really getting anything done here. Now, to be fair, MaSa, he hasn't taken too much damage just yet, right? He did take those 3 SCV losses, but that's not going to matter too much in the long run, I'd say. Losing the Reaper, probably the more expensive thing here, as well as the Marine there, but in the end, how much can you expect? So, okay, this Cyclone over here is going to be very important. He cannot afford to lose this Cyclone. Right now, figuring out that it is actually Tempest that he's up against. Gonna try to stay on top of that Tempest. Now seeing all those shield batteries there. MaSa's got to be scratching his head. He cancels the Banshee. 1 Banshee now coming towards the base of MaxPax. He's building a shield battery. And it looks like it's just barely going to end up in time there. Oh my dear lord. Okay, MaSa's trying to get himself that command center mining. Trying to get some production going there. The supply depot is going to fall pretty soon. And that's going to mean those Adept Shades can go through here if he does so desire. Instead, he's just gonna, you know what, kill some more SCVs that are on the low ground here. So it doesn't matter too much for MaxPax either way. This is a very rough situation, of course. You need to have those Cyclones to keep looking onto those Tempests. You need to wait really until you take the fight before you have the upgrade for the Cyclones as well. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to really deal with those Tempests. Here we see it. This is the mud wrestling match that we've all been waiting for. It's like seeing a sewer mermaid fighting another sewer mermaid. I guess MaSa is playing it a little bit less sewer mermaidy. But can he still hold on though? That's the real question. He does have 3 Cyclones right now. He hasn't lost a single one of those just yet. But if we take a look. I mean, 12 workers. Those are some hefty losses, especially considering that he's never really done any type of real mining on that second base here. Those Adepts are going to finish their shade. There's no stim or anything for those Marines. Are they going to be enough here to take on those Adepts? I don't think so. Okay, that lock-on on that Adept does manage to hold on there for a little bit longer. So it's going to drain out one of those shield batteries a little bit here. But there's still so much energy remaining in these bad boys. Even adding 2 more onto this place here. And yeah, MaxPax just slowly whittling away at this army here for MaSa. MaSa decides to just go for it, commit fully to this attack. He does kill off another Tempest here. It's getting closer and closer. Oh my dear lord, this army supply really tense right now. That is a lock on onto that Tempest. Does manage to get a good amount of damage. Will he be able to kill it though? Yes, he will. Oh, that might be a very big deal, actually, as there now is only 1 single Tempest. There's only 2 Stalkers as well, and there was still quite a bit of shield battery energy here. MaSa exactly knowing how much damage he really needs here, it looks like, to really take down one of those Tempest Even though it is right on top of those shield batteries. This is what he needs to keep doing. So far only lost two of those Cyclones versus 3 Tempest right here. That is very impressive, guys. That is not something I would do at all at any time. Okay, needs to be careful though. I mean, it can still turn around, of course, if he's not being careful. His command center going on a stroll right here to the top left side of the map. It's gonna, what looks like, be mining over there. Maybe he is expecting MaxPax to have another base behind this, but as we know, MaxPax is still in that one base economy. He doesn't have that many probes here though, so he's not going to be able to really get too much done. Oh, MaxPax knows. He knows. This command center sees it though. The Adept can't see it. It's the flying structure. It's weird how that works, doesn't it? You'd say that the Adept would be harder to spot than the command center, but not the case in StarCraft. Those Terrans are they have very keen vision. Adepts with their big helmets on, they don't see much. So that's the official lore explanation for that one. These Cyclones, they are stacking up. There's a Siege Tank now in the mix as well. I didn't think he would go for Siege Tanks with those versus those Tempest. It's going to be quite easy, of course, for those Tempests to just shoot those down from a distance here. But I think MaSa might have enough forces to try and hold back those Tempest. Now finally start really putting some damage on top of those shield batteries and get rid of this containment here. Yeah, that orbital. He's coming back with the orbital. It's flying all the way back to this place over here in his natural base. Okay, once again, Cyclone's managing to pick another structure off there together with that Siege Tank, just wailing away at the shield batteries here. Take a look overall, 8 shield batteries have gone down. That's quite a bit. A third Tempest does show up, but maybe that's just too much here for MaSa right now. He has been continuously just producing those Marines. The force fields are pretty good, but maybe Guardian Shield would have been more beneficial in this situation. I'm not quite sure. Now he's running out of area to really move back with those Tempest towards. Man, if 3 Tempest could just get that one shot, one kill on a Cyclone here. But no, you need 4 Tempest to one-shot them. And like I said, it all comes down to that one Tempest that he did lose, apparently. Now not able to really one-shot those Cyclones. It's still struggling quite a bit here. Definitely feels like if he did have that one Cyclone, or that one Tempest still remaining, been able to deal with those Cyclones a whole lot easier here. Instead, now we have come to a scenario where MaSa is casually mining off of those 2 bases. He does have 34 works versus 13. There are probes dying, actually. I'm not quite sure how. Did MaSa send over another? Wait, is MaxPax killing off his own workers? So that's what's happening here. Marines dying left, right, and center. Those Tempests, they are still value machines, of course, but now 2 more Cyclone lock-ons, and there it is, 2. The Tempest going down. GG is called. MaSa, it took a while, but he manages to hold on there and gets rid of this entire barricade that MaxPax has set up there. So that means we're going to go back to America, the home turf for MaSa, and let's see what he is going to be able to do in that situation over there. I mean, didn't work out previously, right? American surface, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe this time. Alright. Actually, I probably should make sure that I am on US East as well. I was. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. MaSa didn't even win that game. Anyway. Alright, let's see what the map choice for MaxPax is. Eternal Empire. Alrighty. Alrighty. There we go. Starting the invites right now, guys. Also remember, we do have that Matcherino page if you want to help us out getting a little bit more dough for the trouble of these players. Definitely go check that out. I can show you guys actually. Let's take a look. Let's take a stroll down to Matcherino town. So over here, this is the Matcherino page. If you look at the chat, right? So this is the chat, and you see this the streamer notice. Oh, well, I guess it's this over here. You will be able to just go towards this this page over here, right? Paste that into your browser, and then you can grab the code APS 165 right here. All you got to do is sign in, grab yourself an account, Switch for example, very easy. And voila, I'm logged in. I press contribute, I do the coupon code, contribute, and blam, 50 cents added to that prize pool. That's more money for these two players, MaSa and MaxPax. Alright? Alright, lovely. We'd love to see you guys help us out with that one. Anyway, alright. I might need to turn on the lights here, actually, before we actually get things started. Let me just get a little bit closer. There we go. Alright, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. MaSa versus MaxPax, guys. Game number 3. Game number 3. It's not going as quickly as I thought I would, actually. Honestly, I mean, it's still going a little bit quick, but in the end, still seems pretty fair. And a little bit drawn out. Longer macro games than I thought we would have. Anyway. Well, we had like 20 minutes. 20 minutes of games so far. But anyway, in total, of course, for 2 games. In the top right side, there is a green Protoss. He hails from Russia. And he is MaxPax. Doesn't know why people call him Russia, though, but we'll leave that be. Anyway, in the bottom left side, we have the blue Terran player fighting for Alpha X. He is MaSa. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Team Makers. Just giving them their own shout out here. Once again, MaxPax gonna walk around the map here, on his way to Trouble Town. Let me quickly actually get my chat back. I did move it back towards that other area there, so we wanna be able to see stuff. Okay, here we go. We're back. We're back. Music. Ah, it's quiet. It's too quiet. Doesn't feel right. Feels like one of these players might do a little bit of cheese, as they say. It's caster instinct, guys. We gotta trust it. We gotta trust it. It's never failed me before. And it's not gonna fail me right now. As a snake in my boots, and I'm willing to call that one of these players put it there. Waiting to see what they will be able to get done here. Alright, alright. That's another pylon in his space. That's the probe. Some laughing going on in the chat. That's always nice. Starports, alright. It's not really a location you're gonna tend to scout here, is it? But then again, I mean, it might be a location that the Reaper is gonna be tempted to go by. Although that is probably gonna mean his death, because the Stalker will be able to get him. If he goes back into this little conclave, that Stalker's gonna be easily be able to just kind of get that Reaper on his retreat or exit plan, right? Had to get out of dodge there, so isn't going to be able to get the scout on that Stargate now. Instead, we're having a starport being created here for Mr. MaSa as well. He's going to be looking at some Widowmine drops here, coming in again, back at it, trying to figure out what in the world Mr. MaxPax is doing, and how, my dear lords, how did that Reaper get through? That's the most buttered up Reaper I've ever seen. We need to get a referee in here and we need to check out if this Reaper is actually protocol Reaper or if this is some sort of map hacking or wall hacking Reaper here. That was ridiculous. No collide has been turned on here by MaSa. Jeez. How does he do it? How does he do it? You'd think that all these units work the same way for anyone who uses them, but it doesn't look like it when you see people play, does it? Doesn't feel like that. Anyway, we're not having any medevac now. I'm not sure if you even put down a medevac in the first place in the production tab, but I think after scouting that Stargate immediately tries to make a Viking here to help out with that situation, as there are already 2 Phoenixes and a fake one, I suppose. Let's see what MaxPax is next follow-up attack is going to be. Robotics facility coming up here as well. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of damage on those SUVs here. I like the hallucination just kind of clearing the way, and then maybe those other Phoenixes are going to be able to get some damage done. Looks like MaSa's still on the job here, trying to zone out those units. There was another Widow Mine here, so one of those Phoenixes is pretty darn low. And yeah, with only a single other Phoenix there, you're not going to be able to pick off those Widow Mines. Workers, okay, you can get some workers. They don't have that much health, but a Widow Mine? Nah, mate. Nah, mate, it's not going to happen. MaSa might be able to get underneath and just repair the Widow Mine as well before you even get close to killing it. Before you get that that HP bar halfway, it's going to be filled up again because of those repairs. 4 Phoenixes though, that's going to start dealing some real damage. Oh boy, yeah, and as we see, oh my god, they're low though. Running headfirst into another one of those Widow Mines. 2 of them in the far right. The far red, sorry, not the far right. That's something else, isn't it? Oh, he is Danish, I hear that. No, actually, it's not. It's a pretty leftist country anyway. Man. Stimpack on the way. A couple of siege tanks as well. MaSa, no third base just yet. He is getting that +1 as well, so definitely looking like he's going to be doing a bit of a, timing attack here. I hear those do pretty darn well against the Protoss that's trying to get a third base and trying to just roam around the map here with a whole lot of Phoenixes. I mean, the Phoenixes are pretty good, but if you... Ooh, okay, well... I wanted to say, if you keep running into Widow Mines, it's not going to be that great. Wasn't the case, though, luckily for him. Oh, will he get it? He does get it! He's going to lose the Viking, but gets the Observer. Is that worth it? I don't know. It's exciting, though, so... He doesn't have any more Widow Mines, so I'm not quite sure how worth it was. I guess he's not being scouted now, right, as he's moving out. Although he's taking his time to get rid of these rocks here before moving out, so I'm not completely sure why. That's going to give MaxPax a little bit of extra time here to prepare for this. Also to scout this in the first place, right? Some more rocks here as well. MaSa, you might want to get rid of those too. Why isn't he? I'm still a little bit confused with getting rid of these rocks. Is it to reduce the time for his reinforcements to get in? Is that it? Is it to make an easier time catching those Phoenixes? It's very interesting. Normally, Terrans love to make use of those tight chokeholds, especially against a Protoss, as the Protoss kind of banks on those Zealots being the buffer force, right? The tanky units. And they still dash out quite a mean punch, but if none of them really manage to connect on those Terrans because of those choke points, then stuff gets rather rough. Okay, now MaSa is setting up quite a defensive force here. Those units are still in siege tank fire. It doesn't look like MaxPax is aware. Like 3 more shots getting delivered there. The shield battery is completely drained right there. One Colossi incredibly low. Oh, nice little pick of that on those either shield batteries or cannons being constructed there. I believe they were cannons, but who knows? Who knows, honestly. Unless if somebody was like attentive or something like that. That's not me. I just yell about things. Anyway, Marines and siege tanks siege up on this third base location. Can MaSa actually break it though? it comes down to this. He really wants to do some damage here. I don't think he can afford to just kind of take a fight. Unless if he kills most of the army of MaxPax here. Which might be still doable. I mean, it's a lot of Phoenixes here. He just needs to make sure those siege tanks manage to fight the Colossi as the Marines are doing the same thing here. He really doesn't have that many Marines, although more are coming in. The siege tanks need to get a shot on those Colossi. That's the one ticket here for MaSa. How he wins this game right here. How he wins this fight. Those Colossi just versus the Marines. Look at that. Marines absolutely melted. And that's when you might have those DTs and Phoenixes and other units quite easily deal with the siege tanks here. If there's no more buffer for those bad boys, that's when things get real spicy. Okay, the third base does get killed off, and it looks like MaSa starting to spread out his forces here a little bit more so. Ooh. Coming across with this drop towards the natural base. There is a cannon here that is looking to shoot down anything that does attempt something like this. And with MaSa having taken his own third base here, he's in a wonderful spot now. The longer he manages to just kind of stick around here without being cleaned up, the better it's going to be for him, of course. Now, Phoenixes are going around the other side. There is a missile turret here. Needs to take care of that one. It does take a little bit of hull damage there on that Phoenix. More missile turrets actually being created right now. This is pretty cool stuff. Oh, the medevac came in. Alright. 7 workers did go down. He looks like he did manage to avoid that that cannon after a brief encounter, seeing that HP from the from the medevac. And yeah, a reasonable amount of workers do go down. MaSa getting himself further ahead in this game. Although the Dark Templar, where are the Dark Templar? There they are. Alright, I said, well, it's 1. Okay. There is the Dark Templar. "27 workers here. There's a missile turret as well, though. MaSa already prepared. Might be more so for those Phoenixes, but still, in the end, he is prepared. Oh, wait, the Dark Triangles. Yeah, he's seen that for a while, hasn't he? He's taken note of that one for a while, so it's gonna be rough making that one work after that. Third base nexus here for MaxPax again being created, but is it too little? Is it too late? MaSa has army supply now 71, and MaxPax on the ropes, having to retreat here quite a bit. Needs to get him himself in a situation where he's going to be able to manage against this growing Terran army. Right, coming in with also Zealots right now. He wants to use the Zealot charge on top of those siege tanks. Lets the charge go off on the command center though. And the SCV building this, I think. So that is a bit of a oof. Not going to be able to get much done there. He does get a little bit of a clump of units there. It did get lost in the woods. Some Hansel and Gretel Marauders and a siege tank there. Another siege tank does get picked off, and most of the infantry units have died now on this side of the map here. 2 siege tanks remaining. I wouldn't mind seeing those make a full retreat here. Now, MaSa, he is not aware just yet of this base, but he will be right with this medevac at this moment in time. Now we have it immediately stimming forward, trying to get rid of that one. The medevacs have picked up with one of those siege tanks. The infantry does get into another mineral line here. Cheeky little buggers, aren't they? Gonna be able to pick up another 5 probe kills as the medevacs do manage to get a full retreat here. Although maybe I spoke too soon. Drop that siege tank. 2 medevacs do get killed off here. And that is gonna be the end of it though. Well, unless if MaSa is like, alright, have some more. Okay. Now, MaSa, I mean, he has been ahead in this game for a while now, but, I mean, he's just solidifying his lead more and more. So, look at this, guys. Getting the +2 attack upgrades. MaxPax, that is not even on his mind right now. He needs every bit of money he has to try and make something of an economy again. Alright, we're having another encounter here, actually. And that is going to be it. It looks like MaxPax, he knows he needs to keep this third base alive. There's no way he can win without this base still up and rolling, so he's trying to commit here, and actually he pushes MaSa back right now. MaSa fighting before that +2/+2. Maybe a little bit overzealous here, maybe too eager to finish this one off, and now, I mean, maybe still it's gonna be too much here for MaxPax, of course. I mean, he doesn't have that much, the 2 Archons and the Colossi, 4 Archons actually. Right, he might have enough again. 4 Archons, that's quite a bit. Oh, loses one of them. Actually, 2 of them. Did that really count 4? Wasn't it just 3 to begin with? Anyway. It's crazy. It's great. It's been a long day at work, guys, if you haven't noticed yet. It's, I'm missing some stuff. I'm missing some stuff here and there, but I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind as long as I bring the thunder. The casting thunder. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, EMP upgrade as well coming in here with those ghosts. +3/+3 has started up before that +2 upgrade. It really, really has started for MaxPax. That is not ever a good sign in any matchup. And in TvP especially. I mean, every Terran matchup basically. Terrans benefit so much from that +1 attack upgrade. It is absolutely insane. And we're gonna see that kind of pan out here pretty darn soon, I believe. MaxPax, he's a brave boy for trying to stick in here, but ultimately, I'm not quite sure what he can achieve now. And we'd love for him to prove me wrong, of course, but so far, I don't see many units that can really get the job done right now. Is he gonna lose this Nexus? Oh my god, imagine if he loses this Nexus. Imagine if he loses this Nexus with the final shot of the Marauder. Oh, it goes down. Are you kidding me? That is very nuts. Okay, Zealot Run By does manage to pick off 4 SCVs here, but I mean, MaSa's like, alright, yeah, sure, you can have that. I don't mind. That's fine. Trying to get rid of that missile turret. That would have been a nice pickup as well. Maybe potentially allowed some Dark Templar harassment to take place later on. Isn't going to be the case though just yet. And here he comes again. We need to have those disruptors a lot earlier here. Because right now MaSa's army is just absolutely built to destroy what MaxPax has. And MaxPax, he doesn't have much else. And I think this is going to be a quick GG incoming here, guys. As those Colossi are going to fall here. Nothing to stand in between MaSa and his prey right now. GG. MaSa takes game number 3 as well. 2 games going in his favor right here. And MaxPax, yeah. Was it just a fluke that first game? Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. There's still quite a lot of games remaining, of course. I certainly hope not. I mean, the first game, it really felt like everything was just going in favor for MaxPax there. And I was truly expecting that MaxPax just kind of maybe continue on with that type of harassment, first of all. And, of course, his just kind of brazen luck there. It feels a little bit like beginner's luck. But then again, I'm hesitant to call MaxPax a beginner, as he's already, you know, a very high-skilled player with a lot of games already under his belt. He probably played a lot more StarCraft than I have. And as well, he's only 15 years old. 15, guys. That is a 10 and a 5. And that is about half my age. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway. Alright. It's gonna lessen over time, though. Thank God for me. Simulacrum will be our next map here. Why did I invite MaxPax to a group? I want him in the game. Or I invited him to a community. That is rather awkward, isn't it? Alright, adding these 2 players in the group. Right. Alright, anyway. Game number 4, guys, on the way. MaxPax and MaSa. Let's see what they can bring. I was kind of curious about MaSa. He's wearing his he's using a Bastion icon, and I was wondering whether or not he was a Overwatch fan. And he's like, well, back in season 1 and 2, I dipped and dabbled. It was fun then. Right now, it's controversial. It's very controversial, isn't it? Yeah, this is game number 4. All right, in the top left side, we have the blue Protoss. He is fighting for whatever he can right now. The Danish team makers, MaxPax. Can MaxPax bring the maximum amount of packs? Anyway, in the bottom right side, there's the red Terran fighting for Alpha X. He is MaSa, the Maximist of Paximus. Which would be his gladiator name, if he were a gladiator. MaSa's gladiator name would obviously be MaSanitis, which could also be a venereal disease, but I don't know. He's gonna get a venereal disease named after him. If he were a gladiator, let's get real here, guys. He would stay alive forever, and he would stay alive for that long. That's some. I should stop this line of thinking. Anyway, what's happening here? There is another MaxPax thing going on here. Shenanigans number 2. There's a zealot being constructed right here. MaxPax bringing out the absolute A game that he has. His own little builds. And that's going to be probably a strong suit. I'm not sure how aware MaSa is of these builds of MaxPax. And oh my, are you kidding me? How is this not visible? Okay, there it is. Now it's visible. Unfortunate. That probe did come to the low ground there. MaSa, he did come and check for that Reaper. It looks like MaxPax has been practicing against MaSa a whole lot more so, rather than MaSa has been for MaxPax here. Maybe that's a little bit of a, you know what? How do you call this? Overly confident. Overly confident player, thinking he doesn't really need to prepare for one of these new kids, right? He's only 15 years old. How long has he played StarCraft 2? I've played StarCraft 2 longer than this kid has been alive. I should be fine. And now, because of this, maybe that is kind of backfiring. He's not checking that much for the proxies, the MaxPax builds. I suppose he does have a Reaper here in the mail. Alright, well, that's a shame. That's a shame. And GG! Wait, what? Huh. Alright, I guess the Stalker appeared there as well. He lost oh my god, he lost the supply depot here. He didn't repair the supply depot. Are you kidding me? Alright, 2-2. The MaxPax build strikes again and gets some free LO for MaxPax there. A victory on the boards. Now, of course, that build in a best of 9, I'm not quite sure if that's gonna last. I don't know how far that is gonna be able to carry him here. We're gonna have to see and wait and see here now. Of course, guys, if you have just joined us, I would love for you to help us out on that Matcherino page. It is a big deal to us. It's right there above the little chat window. There's a little horn that people use to amplify their vocal cords after speaking, right? Speaking into the amplifier. Is it called an amplifier? I don't know. It's a streamer notification on my side, but the icon doesn't really, you know, what do you really do as a streamer notification as an icon? I don't think you can really come up with anything fitting except for one of those horns you use to amplify your thingamajigs. Alright, Purity and Industry will be our next map here. Anyway, yeah, there's the Matcherino page right there. If you click on it, you'll be able to open it up. First of all, you'll be seeing the link to the website. and a code. If you go to the website first of all, and then grab the code with you, you're going to be able to log in. Actually, let me just show you right here. 1 second, guys. We need to get this higher, guys. It would be lovely. Yeah, so this is the website, right? All you got to do is you log in here. You don't need to make an account. That's not part of the deal. All you got to do is sign in. Just use any of these accounts. Any of them. You can use a Google account, Facebook, Battle.net, YouTube, Twitch, anything. Twitter. I'm going to use Twitch. That's the easiest for me. Contribute. Voila. Very easy. I'm going to try and get that code again. APS 165. That's all you need. You press contribute. And that's going to add 50 cents to the prize pool. Alright. We'd love if you guys would help us out with that one. Anyway. I think these players are ready. Right. Oof. Anyway. Anyone who did already help us out with those codes, of course, thank you the most of all. You know what? We wouldn't be as taken seriously without you guys. Nobody would try to get us to host those events anymore. We just point to those Matcherino pages and be like, you guys don't get anything done. What is wrong with you? How can you not get a single code? You could fill in the code yourself. Why didn't you? And we'll be like, oh, we know. We know. We're failures. We just didn't want to be the only ones who filled in the code. You know, it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be nice. Anyway. Introducing these players in the top right side. I should say the 2 o'clock location, really. It's the green Protoss from Team Makers. He is up to no good. He is MaxPax. There is in the 12 o'clock. There's a blue Terran fighting for Alpha X. The Canadian and American... Oh, no. Oh, dear Lord. I almost said it. I almost said it fully. But, I mean, the Canadian, he is MaSa. Needs to start figuring out that stuff like this is pretty darn common from MaxPax. Look at that, he even moved his probe to the ramp to make it look like a normal pathing is taking place here. Not giving away the location of those gateways here. MaSa needs to not lose this SCV here again, as we saw in game number 1 here, of course. Now he needs to get on track. Right, there you go. Okay, he needs to figure out what is happening, and he's just moving across the map here. He's not going the right way. MaSa, oh my dear Lord. Alright, although he's not going to go for that regular Reaper fast expand here, so that is a very good sign. But then again, it is double gateway this time around. MaSa might be in trouble still, guys. This is not over yet. This is still all to play for. MaSa's making it look like he is just going to go for a standard expand here, though. So, might give MaxPax the inclination that something might be going on in that sense. Right. Let's get rid of the pro, but it did look a little bit cheeky, right? It didn't look like he really wanted to do it anymore. The timing kind of flew by here. MaSa checking the main base. Doesn't see a single gateway here. Doesn't see a single gateway anywhere else. Oh my dear Lord. He lifted up the barracks and tried to put down a bunker at the worst of times here. Needs to pull those SCVs now. What is he building from that factory? Nothing just yet. That was a horrible blunder taking place, and MaSa now in a lot of trouble, losing that marine as well. Oh my god, wonderful positioning there from MaxPax. A single SCV gonna be able to shoot at the time here, and this SCV, it needs to stay on this side of the wall here. That could spell absolute doom for MaSa if that doesn't happen. Okay, he does send another one. Needs to get ready to get on that repair here. Needs to start making stuff from that factory as well. Oh my dear Lord, the bunker's burning. The bunker is definitely burning. Alright, one SCV is gonna fall here. No, nice micro there from MaSa. Okay, 2 Marines in the bunker. 2 Marines safe and sound. A Stargate is gonna get created here. And we have Hellions and a Medevac being constructed here by MaSa. Now, If he holds on long enough here, I'm not quite sure if we're going to see Tempest again. That's going to take a while. That might be enough time for those Hellions to get in the medevac and get across the map. That could definitely do a whole bunch of damage. I mean, a shield battery will not be able to save them against... Well, I guess maybe against two of those Hellions it might be okay. And there's the shield batteries. Is that inside of MaSa? That's a big deal, actually. So he knows that MaxPax is even more committed to this than he was previously. And I mean, he saw that previous game just as well as we did. So, alright, he's not going to go for Cyclones though. He's going to go for Siege Tank here right off the bat. Is that a mistake? Is that a mistake? That could potentially be a mistake. Okay, it still takes quite a bit of time to kill these probes. Unfortunately, so far having killed 2 of them, this does put a little bit of a timer on MaxPax though, of course, who is now going to try to break the front door here. Nice force shields. Not allowing those repairs to take place. MaSa, you need to get the repairs going. You need to keep that bunker up. That's your one ticket out of here. Okay, the siege tank does arrive as well. That's pretty massive. You need to get that in siege mode and start wailing away at those things. There's 2 stalkers that did get warped in here on the overall stuff. Where is everything? Okay, they're still here. Stalkers pushing that back though once again. Siege tank giving a lot of cover fire here for the bunker and getting rid of those shield batteries here. Fleet beacon again being constructed. Putting those shield batteries a little bit further backwards. Try to keep everything alive that way. Just managed to get that supply depot. It's a weird move out with those Marines. Micro didn't go as MaSa intended there, I believe. Trying to just send in the weakened Marines there was a little bit slow with the ones moving to the right, unfortunately. Didn't get those in time into the bunker. Well, it's going to be able to get a Void Ray here, though. It is going to be at the cost of one of the Vikings. In the end, not too shabby at all. That Stalker needs to be careful. Don't want to go in there. You do have an hallucination to perhaps set off the Widowmine if you want to. Hellions back at it again, getting 2 drone or probe kills right now. 26 workers versus 18, guys. 26 versus 18. Now this is where it comes in with those Tempests, right? These Tempests need to get a whole lot of value. The Widowmine's also pretty valuable at this moment in time, as there is not a single bit of detection really capable of getting rid of those until it actually gets set off. And now, that Void Ray, extremely low HP, of course. At the same time, the Widowmine needs to retreat as well, needs to get repaired. Oh, careful, careful. Let's lose a free Marine, needs to move that Viking back here. MaSa microing his Hellions from the other side, I believe. Now that is useful, of course. He is keeping the worker count of MaxPax quite low. At the same time, I mean, these units at home, they are extremely valuable, and he cannot afford to let this snowball. Breaking this front lawn hold here that MaxPax has set up, I feel like is more important rather than trying to get damage dealt on the worker line here of MaxPax. Especially, you know what, with how difficult it is right now to get that damage out. There's 2 Stalkers here. Also, there's a good amount of healing from that shield battery. The bunker does get destroyed. Supply depot also gonna get picked away at right now. 2 Cyclones so far. MaSa doing the right thing. He's just slowly, casually ramping up the amount of units that he has. He cannot afford to take a fight, as those Tempests are just still able to shoot down units by unit. Of course, you need to be able to take down at least 1 Tempest every time you take a fight. Otherwise, you're just slowly killing yourself. Right, the first 2 lock-ons here, they are gonna do quite a bit of damage. And there we go, you see, takes the fight, kills the Tempest, gets the heck out of dodge there. Now he needs to repair these Vikings here back up to full. Another Cyclone does enter the fray as well. Does need to repair those Vikings up to full though. Alright. He doesn't care. He's just gonna go for it. at the potential risk of those Vikings, and one of them does fall now because of this. The other one is being repaired. The siege tank close enough to start shooting down more of these structures here. But the closer it gets, the harder it's going to be for that siege tank to stay alive. Of course, those Tempests will be starting to take pot shots at it pretty darn soon here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh Nelly Furtado. Siege tank getting lower. A lot of Marines are getting killed off here. 17 Marines so far. It's still a little bit in favor for MaSa though, and that's a big deal. You want to be extremely cost efficient with these Tempests, as that's basically your whole deal. Your army isn't going to be that strong. You need to continuously keep being this efficient with your units. MaSa is adding another base, actually, on the gold base. Look at that. That's very interesting. Sending over a couple of Marines as well to the other side again, trying to get damage dealt there and stop this push from growing. Is on this, well, at the front door right now. Those Marines trying to target down probes. One stalker not enough to kill those Marines with the medevac there healing them. Second stalker does force this this little push though to back off and get away again. With a mine. Setting off on that one zealot. Now MaxPax, I mean, he's doing this alright. Okay, he's making some good moves. The Tempest are being a lot more careful than the previous game that we saw, right? He is getting up towards that 4 Tempest count, where he will be able to start one-shotting those Cyclones, and that's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a massive deal, and well, MaSa wants to try and avoid that from happening, of course. Wants to try and maintain the well, the lower amount of Tempest here. In he comes. Can he get one of those picked off right now? It's going to be very close. That 4th Tempest is on the way. That's when things can start to snowball very, very quickly here. Alright, that it is. The 4th one. Time to start one-shotting. Again, the medevac coming across here. Full MaSa trying to sneak his way in here. Oh my dear lord. Yep, you need 5 for one-shotting a Viking though. Viking's a little bit more tanky. But, you know what? A 5th one should be on the way, right? It's not. Okay, well. There's the one shot on that Cyclone immediately. Doesn't get this, the Tempest, though. Tempest survives. Army supply for MaxPax at 50 right now. Looks like he might lose a little bit of money by trying to deal with all these Marines here, of course. He's going to lose more probes. He's going to have to invest here even further into his home turf economy now. And at the same time, we are looking at 1 Tempest gonna fall. So that's back down to 3. Once again, those Cyclones are safe from being one-shot. And those Vikings, you know what? They are growing in number slowly but steadily. And those repairs need to work overtime here. It's like the healthcare system of the US. They really need to work their butts off right now. Continuously repairing absolutely everything. Okay. Once more, we are having a big siege up here. A siege up versus a siege up, pretty much. MaxPax trying to starve his opponent out, but of course he is unaware. This base happily mining away. Mules are dropping from the sky. That's going to give a big influx to the overall mineral intake here for MaSa. And MaxPax is none the wiser. A hidden base, a true NA strat here being used by MaSa, utilized. He has been corrupted, it looks like, by the overall server that he likes to play in. Okay, how many Vikings do we have? We have 7 Vikings right now. Another medevac coming in as well. Wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of Marines once more gonna go towards that mineral line. Only a single Stalker this time around prepped up there. Now these Stalkers still are being zoned out by those siege tanks as well, of course. It's gonna be a bit of a weird exchange where neither of these forces can really commit to a full-on fight. The Stalkers and all the Tempests, they go in, they're gonna get obliterated by those siege tanks. The siege tanks try to move in here. They're gonna get quite obliterated by the amount of shield batteries that are there just protecting all these forces right now. Now that was a big recall actually. That might give a little bit of an opportunity for MaSa here to start pushing. And that's exactly what he's going to be doing. No, not a full push. He's just setting up a little bit closer. Once again, he's going to try to set up so he can get rid of those shield batteries. You know what? Looks like he may have enough here with the rest of those Stalkers being recalled here. Maybe MaxPax overcommitting a few too many forces to that main base. That's very unfortunate. He's gonna have to kind of scratch his head here. Oh my dear lord, he scouted it. Look at that. He figured it out. He realized, how are you still getting this much money? How are you still alive? You have one single mineral patch here. And he has to GG out of that. That hidden base absolutely saving MaSa there. And that was something else there. Alright, good job MaSa taking another game here. Putting him up with the 1 point ahead. 3-2. Well played by him. That's going to mean we're going to go into game number 6 with a pretty tight series so far, guys. Every time we're just going back and forth between these bad boys. MaSa does kind of seem to have a read on MaxPax though, to be fair. Definitely feels like he's a little bit more aware of what MaxPax's overall plans are. And what he would like to do. Now, you know what? As we saw with that previous game, going for the factory first before going for a command center, going for a marine as well. Managing to get quite a nice lead there, or at least a safe place where he was able to be able to defend against the double proxy gateway. Even with lifting up that barracks and then trying to build a bunker there at the exact wrong time. Game number 6, the choice is between Golden Wall and, I believe, Zen. So let me just give him that choice. Alright, Golden. Golden will be chosen here. I think MaSa is either happy about that, or he's like, yeah, I know about those map resets, Kozen. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, okay, so we are gonna head into the next one here. MaSa, you know what? It does definitely look like he has kind of started figuring out MaxPax. MaxPax, though, we are not quite sure. This kid, a new guy on the block, might still be able to bring on some new pain here. Some new builds that MaSa hasn't spotted yet. And who knows? They might be enough. They might be enough. They might not be. Anyway, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to one of our sponsors. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be here. They, of course, are G Fuel. They have been the official drink of esports since 2004, providing all sorts of wonderful gaming personalities such as PewDiePie and Dr. Disrespect with energy, focus and endurance. They've just released their new flavor, Castro's Guava. And this is a flavor that pays tribute to the rich Mexican heritage of the streamer, none other than Castro. And, well, you can get your new flavor right now in its limited edition collector's box, or just get the regular one. There's a possibility as well. Anyway, they add money to the prize pool, and we love them for it. Thank you, G Fuel. Alright, guys. Game number 6 in the bottom right side. As a blue Terran player, he's fighting for Alpha X and the fate and universe of Canada and Korea. I say universe, I kind of more so mean the honor and glory. Anyway, MaSa. In the bottom right side, there is a red little sneaky Protoss. He's Danish, he is Russian, he is none other than Maker's MaxPax. Once again, a very quick probe, trying to get some damage done on that barracks right there. Wouldn't hurt him if he does manage to get another kill on that SCV, of course. That's the cybernetic score. Nothing on the other side of the map just yet. Looks like MaxPax is just going to go for a regular build here with this probe on the low grounds. And he was hovering around 380 minerals. Now instead, he's just going to throw down a secondary pylon here in his main base. And who knows what his next plan is over here. MaSa's like, you want to build a base here? Well, tough luck, my man. Tough luck. Almost even getting that probe here. MaxPax perhaps trying to do the same thing. MaSa though just building his command center on the low ground anyway. He's not completely convinced that this is not some sort of funky gateway proxy just yet, as he is still checking. He's still looking. And as we see, he is adjusting more and more to the game style of MaxPax here as the best of 9 series is continuing onwards. And that's one of the signs of one of these absolutely beast players, right? Such as MaSa. Well, I say beast, but absolute veteran players that have been around and on the block for such a long time. They know what people do and they know how to adjust for these types of games. How to kind of start making tiny changes in their play to facilitate the other players' play. How do you call this? I don't know. I know, it's cool though. It's all cool. So good. Anyway, sell it in the depths. First little bit of pressure. Not gonna get too much done. There's another. There's 2 probes on the way. There's 2 probes on the way. Very interesting. Dinging his way through the Golden Wall tunnel here. The blue little bits of mineral patches. You're still gonna have to get rid of these patches as well, though, of course. So it's gonna have to send more probes to get rid of those as well. Unless if he just wants to get them close so the War Prison can fly over here. But then why wouldn't you just leave the Adepts at home? Isn't that an easier way to do this? Did he just want to check if MaSa was clearing out these minerals? Because there's no expansion here? That could be the case, actually. Right, that could definitely be the case. Now, MaSa is going to go for this expansion. The thing is, of course, MaxPax is completely unaware. So you might just start building a bunch of shield batteries at home here. I'm not even sure if he's going to be very aggressive with the War Prism. I guess you might as well, right? Try to get some counter-aggression going anyway if your opponent is moving across the map here. But he needs to stay away. He needs to stay on his toes. As he is still in the dark of what is happening here. You know what? I like that, actually. Getting rid of those 2 mineral patches here. Kind of probably assuming that there is a base here. As the base for MaSa wasn't being built on the low ground here. Which is pretty much the standard of what you see from Terrans anyway, right? Against the Protoss specifically. I always want to get away with building that command center on the low ground. Okay, there's the Stargate and a robotics bay as well being created at the same time. Widow Mine drop coming in, as well as a Stalker drop into MaSa space. A quick reaction from MaxPax. Isn't going to be losing all his probes today. Just 1, in fact. Whereas MaSa is going to lose 2 workers at the least. He's going to lose 4. Is there another one in there? It's not. Okay, so 4 workers. Reasonable damage. Reasonable damage. Did those... Wait, more probes did die. Okay, that one more Widow Mine. It looks like... Okay, I actually got 3 kills. That's crazy. They got a Stalker too. Actually, an Adept there. Was that another probe? I don't think it was. Oh, wait, it was, wasn't it? Okay, yeah. For a moment I was confused. I thought he got 2 kills with the 2 Widow Mines there. After, you know what... Shoutcasting, you know, complete action-packed shoutcasting the 1 kill of the probe there. Coming in hot with those 2 siege things. Does lose a lot of those Marines though in the process of trying to get rid of all the Protoss units in his base. And in the end, after all of that, you know what, things are looking pretty juicy here for Mr. MaxPax. He did kill off more workers. He's not taking any more damage from those Widow Mines. And look at that, yeah, twice as much minerals lost here. And close to 3 times as much gas. Well, it's not that close. Guess it's still closer to double, but it's more than double the amount of gas. Although it is only like 175, it's still more fun to say. It's more than double. 2 Phoenixes here with this push right now are going to lift up those siege tanks. Stalkers dropped underneath here. They are going to get at least one of them. Might be able to target down the other one as well. There is a big repair going on though, so it's making life difficult for the Phoenixes. And I mean, definitely a worthwhile little fight there. Those siege tanks definitely a bit out of position. Probably just waiting for that Wild Prism to return and not in a siege mode so they can't be dropped on top of. So at the same time, did allow those Phoenixes to kind of pick them off at the edge of the base here. Now MaSa trying to get ready for that happening again here. He's learned his lesson. He burned his hands on the stove and he went like, ow! Now he's back at it again. Now he's wearing off in mids. This is still going to be enough though. He's behind 10 workers right now. Army supply not looking all that swell. He's taking more losses as we are speaking here. Right, now it's more than 3 times the amount of gas loss for MaSa. More than twice the amount of minerals here. Actually, getting close to 3 times, right? Actually, yeah, pretty darn close. So MaxPax getting an insane amount of value here with his units. While he is building up a death ball as well. Those Colossi, they do not look happy. The giraffes from hell aren't looking to take any prisoners. More Phoenixes than Marines right there to really protect that siege tank. But looks like MaxPax isn't going to take the bait. As there's more Marines here in the mineral line, of course. Must be feeling pretty comfortable here though, right? I mean, he has a good idea about the entirety of MaSa's forces. He knows he's only on the 2 bases right here. Now as he has his 3rd base up and rolling, could put some probes into this gas as well. Doesn't necessarily need to at the moment. MaSa flying over a 3rd base towards that gold base. Might be a way for him to kind of economically stabilize here. Let's see if it's going to be enough. The Wild Prism once again coming in though. A couple of Marines trying to target down the Stalkers. Not the best of course, but they're really trickling in there. Not getting much done. And now MaSa is going to try to just move across the map here. He needs to get damage dealt. And that is what he's trying to find. 3 siege tank could be a very potent force if they do manage to land a good couple of shots on those Colossi. It's only 2 of them as well as Sim being forced out. Actually, not even being forced out. More so MaSa just a little bit trigger happy there. Those Phoenixes looking to bite right on top of the siege tanks as soon as they start to move backwards here. Another siege tank does enter the fray though. Needs to be careful. As soon as you get picked up, that could be the end of things. Those, ooh, dear lord. Alright, coming in here. Big stim forward. And losing a good amount of Marines, but also getting a couple of those Zealots. Only taking a single swipe from those Colossi, but still they are absolutely lethal. Okay, looks like this is stabilizing a little bit as well, as MaSa now has secured himself that 3rd base, of course, on the gold. His influx of those minerals are going to be quite juicy. Going to start growing quite rapidly. One single Marine a little bit out of position there. Waypoints at the other opposite direction of where MaSa wanted to go. He is just sending every unit across the map here as it is being produced. So he is not prepared for any type of Warp Prism if that were to come in anymore. There's no Warp Prism going in though up until this moment in time. It's just a massive army of the Protoss absolutely stampeding over everything that the Terran holds close to his heart here. Nothing survives. And yeah. I think MaSa's gonna die here, guys. It's not looking good. Down go the Marines, down go the siege tanks. GG is called, and once again the series is tied up here, guys. Well played by MaxPax. Getting another game going here for us, securing another game, really, as the series once again tied up. Dark Side is here. How are the games going? They're going pretty darn well, actually. Anki is here as well. What's up, Anki? How you doing, my friend? Our official Spanish caster. Actually does GSL as well, guys. Anki is a GSL caster. We gotta show him some respect. Gotta show him some respect. Anyway, moving back to the American servers, of course. Guys, remember, there is a Matcherino page. That's right above that, above the little the amplifier thing. I still don't know what it's called. Anyway, if you click it, you're gonna see the website. You're gonna see the code that you can use as well, and that's gonna allow you to spend no money at all, just a couple of clicks, a little bit of time, and it's gonna give these players a little bit more cash for their troubles. Oh right, I already know what map it's going to be. It's always unfortunate when you lose the game where you don't have a map choice anymore, right? It's always very unfortunate. Anyway. Here we go. Let's get MaxPax in this game. Trying to read chat. It's not happening much. It's a 1 minute delay. Having some fun. Having some fun on my own. It's what I do. It's what I'm good at. Right? Just let me be sometimes. Okay. MaSa. I don't know why they let me be here. I don't know. It's a mystery for everyone. Anyway, MaSa and MaxPax. Let's see if they're ready. I think so. I'm pretty sure they are. Just waiting for the go sign here for MaxPax. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 7. Tied up. And things are looking rather tense right here. We are pretty much secured to have a game number 8. Right? Yeah, we are definitely going to have a game number 8 here. That is crazy. That is crazy that this is being so tight. I did not expect this to be this close. Anyway. In the top right, we have a Green Brothers player. He's been playing his brains out of his skull right now. He's doing very well, even with his brains out of his skull. Anyway, he is from Team Makers, the Russian slash also a little bit Danish. I'm not quite sure why we're calling him Russian just yet, so I'm feeling a little bit hesitant for calling him a Russian. Anyway, he is MaxPax. Dum 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 dum. In the bottom left side, we have the Canadian, the Korean. He's the Blue Terran from Elvax. He is MaSa. There's the probe. MaSa doing a little cheeky hiding of that barracks. And it's working. It's working. MaxPax's alarm bells are tingling. He's panicking. He's not figuring it out just yet. What is going to be his response right now? It looks like he's just going to put down a pylon over here to try and delay any type of marine attacks, possibly from getting up that ramp. He's going to be putting down another gateway. Cybernetic score, of course it's a cybernetic score. I misspoke, guys. I knew it was going to be. But yeah, that's gonna have to try and chrono out that zealot right now. Actually, he's not chronoing it, so it's not that much of an investment. But he is making a zealot here. Now that probe's still looking, still trying to find what is happening. As well as there's another probe, of course, looking on the map here. Trying to find any type of proxy. Now, MaxPax feeling comfortable. Is nothing that has arrived at his base just yet. So he's just going to go for a expand here. which is the right call. MaSa doing the same thing though on the other side of the map. Once again, putting it on that high ground. He has learned his lesson. MaxPax loves those proxy gateways, and he's not afraid to use them at any moment in time. But man, who could have guessed MaSa actually being met by MaxPax in the field here and going toe-to-toe with this new kid on the block. He's only 15 to 16 years old, guys. He's you know what? It's not only green in color. Oh, God. Alright, I won't make that joke again. Anyway, I'll try not to. Again, he didn't see that command center, so a big deal there. MaxPax not that aware of what is happening with MaSa at the moment. Is still playing a little bit in the dark here. Needs to, you know what? Normally I'd say needs to play safe, but with MaxPax, all of that's out of the window. He kind of does whatever he thinks is best, and that's why, you know what, we all like to see him play. A little bit of damage on that Zealot. Does manage to get away, slightly scathed. Robotics facility and a starport here. Two very cool techs to see, of course. There is the command center coming down. Immediately spotted by the stalkers, and this is maybe one of the downsides of getting that command center on the high ground. It means that, of course, you do not really have a bunker set up just yet. And now MaSa losing some units because of this. Definitely a disadvantage here for him, of course, but how much of an advantage can MaxPax make this? Can he take down more Marines here? Can he try to get some more intel on that Banshee once again? Game number 1, remember, that Banshee just kind of flew over a war prism with 4 stalkers in it. And shit went downhill very quickly. You're gonna remind me of the Choco. Oh, dear lord. Please don't. You just did, though. There's a delay on the stream. Anyway. A bit of trouble coming in for MaSa, but you know what? With the SCVs being pulled here, he should be okay. Things are gonna stabilize here, right? Right, MaSa? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, Gosen. Thank you, MaSa. He's always there for me. Always helping me out when I'm casting. Yeah, damn straight, you're doing a good job. Oh, thank you, MaSa. Anyway, MaxPax coming in again hot with those Stalkers and the War Prism. It's a little bit like going for a blink harassment, right? It's very reminiscent of that, but then you only have the Stalkers with the War Prism, so it's a budget blink play. But then again, it's blink play with no cooldown on blink as well at the same time, so maybe it's actually better than blink play. Who knows? I guess you can only have 4 of the Stalkers though. That's the one downside. Other than that, it's pretty darn good. All right. Now, the Banshee is doing a whole lot of work here, actually. 7 workers killed. Isn't it weird that you can say 7 workers killed, but you can also say 7 worker kills? It's something to think about. English, but very peculiar language. You know, it's hard to get a full grasp on. Just how you plan it. Oh, God, you just did it again, Darkseid, for God's sake. When are you going to leave me alone? Give me back my dignity. Right, anyway. Third base coming down for MaxPax here. Looks like he did salvage that bunker, right? Or was that a siege tank? He may have just lost the siege tank there. Jeez Louise. We need to look at the crime scene. Okay, somebody came in here and gotten rid of the body as well for MaxPax, so we can't investigate any further. MaSa trying to assimilate some sort of a force here to try and get some work done. That siege tank all alone on the left side. Does pick off another one of those stalkers, but in the end, I mean, losing that siege tank, that's one of the bigger punches that this army has to give. And it's going to make this a lot more difficult for MaSa, of course, to really bring the hammer down on MaxPax. Okay, there is a second siege tank. The Marine siege tanks, it's truly one of those hammer and anvil tactics, isn't it? The siege tank's the anvil, then you use the Marines as kind of a hammer to run back and forth. Is that... that's probably not really the case. You know what? It sounds cool though, so I'm gonna stick to it and just pretend like it is. Oh, benches. There we go. That's a hammer and anvil. Benches coming in as the hammer. Right on top of that Colossi, getting a whole lot of damage done. Only a single Phoenix remaining. That's not going to be able to pick up anything and kill it. MaSa with a whole bunch of fury running down the road right now. Coming in, needs to just get rid of those zealots, and he should be okay. The Stalker's making it very easy for them. The siege tank's not even sieged up, because, oh my god, he's even shooting his own siege tank. That's like dropping mana mules, but then in the extreme. Rogues don't do that well against siege tanks either. Okay, all of the benches have been picked off. That's a big deal here, but in the end, I mean, there's still 2 siege tanks right at your front door. And there's still a whole lot of marines that are about to get +1 as well. You only have 3 zealots here. How are you going to deal with this tiny little choke on this ramp here? That is not going to be possible. You're going to lose this base. MaxPax investing so much in trying to keep this up. Even sending the Colossus in. Oh, the humanity. GG is called. And MaSa takes game number 7. That brings us once again with MaSa going forwards. And this time around he is on match point. So who knows how much longer MaxPax is going to be able to hold on here. Yeah, the valiant effort there for sure. But in the end, you know what? We didn't see too much weirdness coming out of MaxPax there. And I do believe that is where his strong suit lies. But it also means that MaxPax now is going to have the map choice. And that's going to mean, you know, a full-blown, complete map pool, which he's going to be able to choose from. Right? Any map he likes to. Any map he desires is going to be his for the picking here. Let's see what he's going to be picking though, of course. Map. Eternal. Alright. Eternal was actually one of the maps where I was considering starting this series on. But then I decided to throw in some Nightshade. I feel like Nightshade is a little bit of one of those games where, or one of those maps where Protoss feel very comfortable. There's not that much dead space, right, for the Terran to abuse. But maybe the dead space is exactly what MaxPax wants, of course, with those Tempests specifically. And then with the Warp Prism as well. Very useful for him to make use of those things. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit us up on that Matcherino page. I'm not kidding, guys. We need more codes. We need more codes to be used. I'm not sure if we can have more codes, actually. Let me check if we can have more codes, as I am actually going to show you guys how to do this, just to shame you, to show you how easy it is to get this done and make you feel bad about not having done it already. So all you got to do is just kind of get in here. You authorize this, right? You log in. There you go. Then you press contribute and the coupon codes. You put this little coupon in here. You press this button. And voila, there we go. That's done. It's done. And that's all we needed to do, right? Was that difficult? Now I'm going to need more of you guys coming in with more coupon codes. Otherwise, people are going to get suspicious of me for using 2 coupon codes. Alright, so let's hope nobody notices. Alright, anyway. Here we go. In the top right side of the map, we have a blue little Protoss. He's a youngster. He's not green anymore. It looks like he has evolved into MaxPax. He is MaxPax. Some people call him Russian. I don't know why. Anyway. Moving on. Oh, he's also Team Makers, before I forget, actually. Right? Professional casting coming in very strong here. In the bottom left side, there is a red Terran player. He's from Korea, but also he's from Canada. Why both? You know what? Some people just can't take enough with one country of origin, right? They just want to have more. And you know what? I'm not one to judge, but anyway, he's Alpha Axis. One of his the finest. He is MaSa. Is he gonna be able to scout this? I don't think he will. Oh, he's looking. Oh, he stopped looking. Is he looking now? He's not looking. Oh, he's looking. Alright, he scouted it. He knows. He knows. He's figured it out. Alright, that's a lucky one. That's a lucky break right there. He's still going to put that command center down as quickly as he is, though. It is going to be on the low ground. Or the high ground, sorry. I have depth perception problems. And there's also a Nexus coming down here. Full MaxPax. Keep calling him MaxPax now. He's not that mad, I'd say. Ooh, the Zealot actually moving back here. Didn't want to commit to the ramp area just yet. I definitely think he could have gotten on that supply depot there. But deciding to wait a little bit longer until he has that second Zealot. A wise choice, honestly, of course. 2 Marines are going to be able to just out-micro one single Zealot quite heavily. Oh, the Zealot. No, sorry. I wanted to say Zealots, and then I wanted to say Zerglings, when all I wanted to say was Marines. Anyway, the Marines moving into the Zealots there for a little bit, taking a bit more damage. And now with 2 Marines trying to fight on a Stalker and those 3... I guess the SCVs are helping. Definitely still taking a bit of a beating here. Wants to get back on top of that high ground ramp here. Only now building a bunker. Coming in with those SCVs. Gonna lose another one here. Yes, yes, okay. And a fresh Stalker enters the fray. Okay, well. And now that bunker needs to be cancelled. That's what you get for not taking stuff seriously. That's what you get. MaxPax doesn't mess around. Otherwise, he would have been called MaSpax. Sometimes I amaze even myself. Oh, he loses both Marines there. MaSa. He's in trouble, guys. He's up against 3 Stalkers right now. He's desperately in need of a Cyclone here. And that Lock-on needs to get a kill of... Oh, come on. Come on. He gets the Lock-on to the low HP. And he does get it. That's a big deal. The pylon here is going to not allow this this wall to be recompleted. And, of course... I don't think he's going to be warping in here, right? Okay, it does allow, of course, those Stalkers to shoot from the low ground onto the high ground as well. Which is also a big deal before I forget about that. Siege tank almost out, though. That should put a little bit of a dent in this aggression. But, I mean, if we take a look on the other side real quick. If we can leave this place for a moment. Alright, thank you. There's a whole lot of mining happening here. There's a whole lot of mining happening over here. There's not that much mining happening here, is there? No, sir. No, sir. Is that a problem? Well, it definitely could become one if it doesn't happen very soon here. And even then already, I'd say it's a little bit of a problem here. And again, you know what? I am heavily favoriting MaSa overall in this series. So why stop now as MaxPax is this far ahead, right? Okay, dropping that command center on that natural base, having to recall the Stalker here. But I mean, once again, that famous hit squad here for MaxPax, the full Stalker War Prism, coming in at ill-opportune times. Please don't kill that tech lab. Please don't kill that tech lab. Oh my dear lord. He just had to do it, didn't he? He just had to come in and do that. Alright. Well, some people just live for anarchy and destruction. There's nothing to do about it. Ooh, look onto this War Prism. Might go down here. Ooh, Stalker's just barely managing to get that Cyclone away. Zealot still managing to just get squeezed out of that War Prism there. Or maybe he just warped it in. That could be the case too. It's more likely, actually. It's probably what happens. Don't want to come off as a liar about this one. Anyway, one Stalker did fall. Of course, another warping can just take place and replace that fallen camaraderie. Why is it camaraderie, but also comrade? Is that just American and in the British thing? I don't know. I'm Dutch. Cheering for both teams. All right. Well, yeah, that's a dead siege tank. Okay. Okay. It makes it easier for MaxPax here, of course, because of this observer here. Sees the absolute every army movement. And oh my dear, yep. Alright, well that's rough. That's rough. This is starting to be very reminiscent of game number 1 here, guys. Not a lot going into the favor for MaSa here. Although it feels less fortunate though, right? It feels less fortunately driven, or like lucky in a way for MaxPax. It definitely feels like he's creating his own luck here now. Instead of that, game number 1, you could say that there were a couple of those moments where you know what, it kind of depended on what MaSa was doing as well, a whole lot. Maybe in a way it's lucky that MaSa didn't make that bunker, but that's still a little bit of his mistakes. The other one, it was like just moving the Banshee in a certain path and then immediately just running into those 4 Stalkers with the War Prism. Okay, so this is a big deal, killing that Observer here. So now MaxPax doesn't know on which side MaSa is coming through. It looks like he is already aware that it's going to be this side. Okay, well, siege tanks getting set up as close as possible. This is a pretty good spot, but those Phoenixes in a good spot as well. More units coming in here for MaSa. Does he have enough? The siege tanks need to get on the ground here. Need to help out against the Colossi. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not anywhere near enough. And he's losing units as well. Down go all the workers and the army units. You thought I was American. Dark side. You must be European. You must be European. No offense. I'm European myself. But, yeah, I don't think I sound American. Is the thing. Maybe some words, right? Like, that other word I just said in that game. One of those was probably American. The other one probably wasn't. Anyway. That's another tied-up series here, guys. It's 4-4. 4-4. It's all to play for right now. MaxPax and MaSa, they were really going head-to-head. Can either of these players now knock the other one out? Or are we going to go into some sort of weird tie match? I mean, that's the one thing that we're still missing, right? From this series. Is somehow, some way, get a tied series here. Alright. Alright, final game time. Final game time. Game number 9. Right, they're both ready. They're both ready. Let's see what they can bring to the table in his last and final game. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Oh man, I was kind of frightful. I was kind of expecting MaSa to just be the champion very quickly here, as he is, of course, the you know what, such a veteran player. He's been in StarCraft 2 ever since pretty much the start of StarCraft 2. And you know what? Well, I mean, let's see. It's no use kind of talking about that anymore, as we have witnessed this man in the bottom right side. We'll do a coin toss, alright? If it is a tie, we'll just do a coin toss. Screw it. Just make it as least excitable as ever as possible. Anyway, MaxPax going for the MaxPax build once more in the bottom right side. I kind of gave it away, but anyway, there he is. I already said his name twice, not going to say it again. I'm going to say his team though. He's from Team Makers. Also, here he likes to play StarCraft 2. So, in the top left side, player that, you know what, I'm not quite sure. He never told me specifically, but I know that he liked to play Overwatch in Season 1 and 2. He's the Blue Terran player right here in the top left. 4 games on his scoreboard. It's not that impressive, don't worry. It sounds like a lot, but his opponent also has 4, so... anyway, he is Alpha Axis MaSa. The Canadian/Korean. Gateway being constructed for MaxPax, of course, on the other side of the map here. As he's going to go for that Nexus as well rather quickly. MaSa not in time to block that one. Unfortunate. And it looks like that is going to give him a little bit of an indicator that he is going to just throw down that command center on the low ground here. Not the greatest of times to do so, of course, with this Zealot. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Okay, no, he got the read. He made sure. He knows now. He's been playing against this guy for a while. 8 games to be in sacks. He knows that he needs to double check absolutely everything. And he did so. He sees that there's no gateway in that main base. And oh my dear lord, no pylon down there. And he needs to get that bunker up. It's only a single Zealot. Should be able to keep this alive right now. Oh, SCV. SCV magic applied once again. MaSa keeping that one alive. Second Zealot does go up here as well now though. Oh, the SCV once again. You know what? Thought he was safe. Thought he didn't have to do the trick anymore. And it cost him his life. It cost him dearly. It's like one of those Florida men trying to hug an alligator. Just being like, you know what? I don't care. They really are, right? It's an indicator of those SCVs are just sometimes Florida men where they're like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna go on this side of the bunker. The alligator won't hurt me. And then it's like, oh my god, it's an alligator. It's like, right, yeah. That's right. Shouldn't have gone on that side of the building. We want you. Those are the guys that are burning down 5G towers, trying to prevent Corona and stuff like that from coming out. Anyway, are we seeing Banshees once again on the menu here? Is this what is he bringing us this again in another round here? MaSa, how I do ever so much love you. Oh no, it's actually Cyclones. All right, I can live with that. It's probably better against the War Prism Stalker builds. I kind of like it actually. Come to think about it, yeah, I'm into this. I'm into this a lot. Very nice adjustments here from MaSa. Also spotting that there is a shield battery here in this main mineral line. So not gonna get too much done here. Let me actually see what he exactly saw. So he didn't see these 2 gateways, but oh, that's a lot of Marines. Should be able to push back those Stalkers now finally. Although that's still some nice micro coming out of MaxPax. That Cyclone is gonna be able to get another kill. Is it? Is it? Oh, and it goes down as well. And there's that infamous proxy gateway. The Cyclone did fall, unfortunately. He did kill one of the Stalkers, but is that worth it? You kind of want to have that Cyclone around to get rid of the, well, to zone out that War Prism a couple of times. He did get those Stalkers very low HP as well, and now he does have more prevalent defenses against this, of course, with the help of that siege tank and also a Viking on the way. So still prepping for this type of harassment. It definitely looks like MaSa is completely aware of what kind of stuff he's facing and what is coming his way, which is always a great thing for him. I feel like that is pretty much where he's gonna have to find his strength, right? He's had so much more experience overall in this game that, especially on the pro level, definitely American without Florida. You're telling Nami? Oh, dear lord. Dark side. Dark side. Don't do that. Right, anyway. There. Oh, the Stalk is coming in once again. Getting a Viking for free. Pretty much. I mean, I don't think any Florida person can disagree that Florida man is a thing. To be fair, but anyway. Right, Stalkers. What you can bring to the table here? Not that much. No, sir. You need to go back, Stalkers. Go back, Stalkers. Stop killing Marines, please. I'm not cheering for MaSa, you are. blaming the viewers for cheering for someone. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Top-notch quality casting here. Brought to you by none other than KOZAN. Truly and really. Colossus also in production here. Do we already have one in the field? No, we do not. MaSa hasn't taken an enormous amount of damage, but this is kind of the build that he has been struggling against for quite a bit now. He is dealing with it better than he has so far, and it looks like he will be going for another one of those pushes. Now, these pushes, he did kill MaxPax with it on that game on Eternal, didn't it? I'm pretty sure it was this exact push. Now, only 4 Phoenixes on the field, 1 extra that did get picked off, so this time around MaxPax not gonna go for as many as that. Is that gonna be the contributing factor to his victory? I'm not quite sure, especially as we have those SUVs being pulled here. It's still quite a big investment getting that many of those Phoenixes out and about. Alright, MaSa. MaSa, can you do it? Do you have enough here? Those siege tanks. Great disable interference matrix hitting the Colossi here. Moving forward, needs to get those siege tanks as close as possible. Siege up already. Come on. You know you want to. Massive pickups though. Targeting down those Phoenixes, allowing those siege tanks to move forwards once again. The interference matrix about to run out. A lot of those SCVs as the meat shield have run dry as well. Gone now, completely left the vicinity. Those 2 medevacs need to start healing the Marines. The 2 Colossi do one-shot Marines if they're that low HP. The siege tanks are only pretty much the one thing left here. Not that much damage having been taken by MaxPax. Actually pulling a good amount of probes here and only losing 5 of them. Very, very well played there by our green Protoss. And now it looks like he's going to get these 2 medevacs as well. And, well, there's a bit of a reinforcements coming in. If the Colossi dies, that is going to be big. The siege tank needs to get this one. Oh, big pickup, but the Marines coming in from the other side. This might still be enough here for suddenly MaSa to turn this one around. Definitely a big trade there for him, killing off those 2 Colossi there. Absolutely massive, but this is still an all-in for MaSa. He has not produced that 3rd base. He still needs to break the camel's back here. Somehow, someway, keep stacking on those straws here. Coming in, there's another Colossi though. Only Marines remaining. They're split. I don't see that much, and the targeting from MaxPax as well. That Colossi dealing absolute massive amounts of AoE damage. And MaSa's gonna have to rethink his plan here, or else he's just gonna keep running his guys into the meat grinder here, I assume. Another siege tank is moving across the field. That is the one salvation here, I suppose. The one thing that can actually deal with these Colossi. 2 medevacs worth of drop. Did they get much? I don't think they did. Looks like those stalkers getting that very in time. We're already set up, actually. Alright, I'm not quite sure if MaSa still has the forces to do anything here. He does have a good army supply, but his army is one of those armies that just is gonna get ripped apart by those Colossi numbers. And look at that, look at it drop very quickly here. I guess the Zealots also going down rather quickly. But MaSa cannot afford to move away from this siege tank. If this siege tank falls too quickly, that's going to be it. That Phoenix also on the prowl, trying to get the lift up on that siege tank here. Trying to get rid of it. MaSa knows he's trying to keep that from happening. He does have a couple of Vikings as well. Might be able to start picking away at those Colossi, but time is ticking. That 3rd base is just mining and mining away. Getting more and more money for MaxPax and getting his army further and further ahead in this best of 9 series. That is coming to a conclusion, guys. Pretty darn soon here with another fight coming in here. Does MaSa finally have enough units? He brought more SCVs. The Vikings trying to get rid of those Colossi. The Colossi a little bit mis-targeting here, not getting the maximum AoE damage. And the Marines definitely smelling blood now. Coming in for those probes. Has MaSa done it? Has MaxPax overextended, trying to contain that 3rd base here? He very well may have. He very well may have. Those Vikings slowly picking away at the Colossi, definitely paying for themselves now. 2 siege tanks as well in total remaining. A nice spread on those Marines. In he comes, coming forward. Needs to get rid of them. They're getting very low. Oh my dear lord, still just barely remaining with 1. A recall is being used. What is he recalling? Actually, it's all the probes from the other place. He's gonna move in with the probes, and that's gonna be it, guys. MaSa actually managed to do it still. And somehow, some way, after so many fights that went horrible, and letting MaxPax keep mining on that third base, MaSa somehow gets the victory regardless. And MaxPax falls down into the... well, I don't know where. I guess he just lost the he just lost the series, guys. That's all we can say. Doesn't really fall down anywhere, does he? There's no loser bracket. No, there's not. It's just the end of MaxPax there. MaSa, well played. I really thought he was done for there for a while, but a great job there. And he's going to be the champion here. He's going to be the guy in... somehow, someway, securing the final best of 9 game here. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me here today, guys. I hope you had a good time. Tomorrow, in the early morning, I will actually be back. It's gonna be in 10 hours from now. We're gonna be having the showdown, the playoffs for the showdown, actually, with a whole lot of cool players coming up. Let me actually see if I can get a quick like little thing for you guys, trying to figure out. Let me see. Wait, it's over here, right? No. Oh. I found it. Hold up. Okay, there it is. Open the original. We'll just open up the original. Okay, this is it, guys. This is coming up pretty darn soon. There we have Super, Dynamite, True, and Zaun all coming in here. And, well, that is bound to be a pretty darn cool couple of games as well. It's going to be early for me. But that also means that maybe some of the American people are still going to be able to see some of those games. And Super Dynamite, first of all. Then afterwards, True versus Zaun. And then we're going to have a nice little TV something finals here in afterwards, right? I believe it's like 2 best of 5s. And then a best of 7 as the finals. Alright. Now, thank you all for watching. Congratulations once more to MaSa. And congratulations to MaxPax for being an absolute baller in that one. What a guy. What a great player. I'd love to have a new person like that joining the field. Bringing some new eyes on everything that is going on. Bringing some new perspectives as well with those new build orders. And you know what? MaSa just manages to somehow kind of figure out what MaxPax was doing, what his builds were, and he just adjusted, man. He just adjusted, kind of made some switches, and I think MaxPax just hasn't been in the scene long enough, really, to do the same thing, right? Didn't know really what to switch up anymore. Didn't have enough builds in his pocket just yet to keep throwing MaSa off his scent. But you know what? He's definitely capable of taking down MaSa in shorter series, and you know what? Even in a best of 9, right? That was very, very close, honestly. So that's a kid we gotta keep paying attention towards in the future, guys. Definitely make sure to get that. Keep him in mind. All right. Anyway, go check out the Metrorino. It's my final shout outs here, and hope to see you tomorrow. And yeah, see you later. You have some lovely faces.